Hey guys, Mr.III here, and tonight we're going to be doing a review on these Auxito LED headlights. So, Auxito sent out these H49003 headlights to me just to try out on this 2013 Honda CR-V. And as you can see, this is a night edition. Got the lights out, and it is pretty cold. So here is the specs. As you can see, the power is 80 watts. Lumen is 800 lumen. So I assume that's 4,000 and 4,000, each strip for the high and low. Input 3 amps, plus or minus 0.2. Voltage, of course, 12 through 24. Looks like a pretty standard LED. I can't read the stuff on the bottom there, but I do see the, it tells you about the rotating deck. Actually, I can read the stuff on the bottom. When at first I thought I can't read the stuff on the bottom because I assume it had Chinese or something else, but then English is at the end. So yeah, it just tells you about the deck can rotate and stuff. Showing you the LED. There they are. Pretty nice and flashy. They do have a fan. And the ones currently in this vehicle are actually just called headlight and just have a heat sink. I normally do prefer those, but I'm going to give these a shot. And looks like they give you some twist ties and some O-rings there. They do have a ballast attached right here. And it is an interesting design. They have my favorite, the CSP chips. I'm gonna go test out how this looks by installing it right here on the right, and then compare it to the one that's on the left. Or depends how you're actually looking at the vehicle. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm going to leave that one alone to show comparison from one LED to another, and then I'll put both in for a drive. Alright, so installation should be fairly simple. Just going to remove my old ones. And let's see. It shows this side since it's a little tighter, so, why not do the more difficult side compared to the easier side? So as you can see, that's what I had in there before. And then I did use a little electrical tape just to cover up that. Unplug our old one. There we go. Just put it in this box here. And then I did use the gasket there. Oh, and that's how it looks after, let's see, it's been like a year and a half for using this. So all that has changed here was just the shape. It did not actually melt this rubber cap. Now I just have to pop that little spring and pull this guy out. Alright, so grabbing the new one is actually fairly simple. You don't actually have to twist it. You just pull it off completely. Whoops. Looks like my camera's trying to autofocus here. Let me change it around. Alright, you guys don't get the best angle, but maybe this thing won't jump around. I didn't notice. I need a camera person. But anyway, it was pretty simple. There's actually no grooves inside, so all you have is those O-rings right there that hold it in. So all you would have to do is just press it in, and it holds it in firmly. So you don't have to worry about that twist, and then it automatically would, lock in. So we're gonna first place that in. So you have the two smaller ones on the bottom, and then the larger one on the top for this style headlight. For some reason, I didn't feel like I had it in, and was in there the whole time. Jeez. It was too perfect of a fit. Okay, I'm just now going to place this back on. Keeps the bugs out. And, originally was there, so it's meant to be there. Perfect. Take our LED. Gonna have this side up, so when the low beams are on, it's gonna reflect up and bounce the light down. So you're not actually blinding people if having it like this, because then it would be like a high beam effect. So I'm gonna place it through that opening. You know what? This tripod is getting in the way too, which was my issue. I have the one leg right at the bottom. So I may have to move you guys, which I am. All right, moved. So thinking about the system that they're using here, it's actually going to be pretty easy to change the beam pattern if it's not correct, because all you have to do is slight adjustments. The only thing I'm hoping is bumps on the road won't hopefully change that either. Actually, our little rubber cap does not want to fit with this. It's applying a little resistance. So I'm just going to try it out with this. That's a shame, actually. Yeah, that's now firmly in there. No wiggle space. And last is to connect it to the plug. There we go. And that's what I had the tape just cover up that. I'll put a new tape here shortly. But for this test drive, I'm just gonna try this out and see if I actually wanna keep them or take them off. Because, you know, of course, you want the best on your vehicle. All right, testing the beam pattern out. There we go. Okay, so let's do a little adjustment. And I can also take you a little closer to, as you can hear, the fan does have a humming sound. So if that does annoy you, or I don't know, if it really gives interference with your radio stations or not, I haven't had any issues with mine, but mine are on the fog lights. They have the fan as well. So I'm gonna just do adjustment. Fix this pattern here. That looks actually pretty good there. So now it's a more clean cut. And it actually looks a little wider compared to whatever just normal headlight brand China the other ones are. But I could not fix the, I don't know, what do you want to call it, this reflective glare on the old one. But so far they do look pretty good. I'm gonna put the other one in and see if it does the same effect or if I can actually eliminate it. But the cutoff line is very nice. Let's see, high beams. I'll just show you a demonstration of that right now because, hey, this is both, you know, low beam and high beam light. Oh yeah. As you can see, it's much wider. So Auxito did a better job with that. You get actually more light out of it, and it's, from my eyes, it's a brighter light. I feel that the Kelvin level, it's a little warmer, which is not bad. But I'm gonna go with more of the brightness I like compared to the other one. I'm gonna quickly install both, or put in the other one, and do a side-by-side, because I have a feeling that actually the Auxitos are gonna stay in this vehicle. Alright, I also wanted to show you a comparison to a different type of LED headlight, you know, a name brand type. So on the left is going to be the Auxito, and then on the right we're going to have the Basla one. That's that special color changing one that has the white with yellow, and then yellow. So that's going to be a interesting comparison. And that's also a fan type LED. So that's his parking light. Boom. Okay, so I need to do an adjustment on that because that looks really bad for them there. Okay, so that's that. It's very interesting, actually. I don't know if the car is slightly angled or what. I may have to actually adjust the passenger headlight because it looks to be a little higher if something, or it's the way how it's sitting on the driveway, which it does look a little higher. But anyway, the Auxito is a lower and wider like beam pattern, as you guys can see. I mean, they both have a clean cutoff, and the Basla is actually a warmer color, as you can see. And I'll show you guys the thing that's actually really neat about those LEDs is that switching feature. So once you turn off your light, see there's that white and yellow, and then I just have a pure yellow. Because even when I put the high beam on, yeah. But that's bigger than the other one, the no-name brand for the Basla. But ooh, Auxito is actually taking it away on here. But still both good names here. I'm not, trying to give them a bad name, but I'm actually feeling those for this car at least. Because I was having a little issue with the Basla ones on my CR-V, because this one I don't drive. Because on mine I still have the auto feels ones, because those work and were pretty bright. And I had an issue of I couldn't actually change the functions, just as you just saw on mine, because once you release the parking brake, your daylight running lights go on, and it doesn't want to switch the functions actually. So it just stayed whatever color that your DRL is turned on, and you're stuck with that. But they have good customer service, and they're talking me through different ideas. Hopefully I'll figure that out, but I will come with an update on that here shortly. Alright, and here's what you guys have been waiting for. Both of them inside. And as you can see, it's a wider pattern compared to the other ones. This car has not moved, and I think these are the winners right now. I did test releasing the parking brake for the Basla ones. It did the same thing on the 2011 CR-V. You couldn't switch the modes. So it's only when your parking brake is on, because your DRLs do not kick in. And that allows you to do the switch of the colors. So that's something, they'll have to figure out as a company. But I heard a lot of good things about their just normal 9006 and 9005 bulbs. But that's just, this is a dual function high-low compared to just one. But yeah, we'll go take this for a spin and see how it lights up the road. Because with the fog lights, it's pretty bright in general. But we want to see how the headlights are by themselves. Alright, that's them closer again. And here's the high beams. Yeah, much better than the other ones for sure. Okay, we're gonna take it for a spin. Oh, and here's how they look in the housings. Very nice. Alright, starting the vehicle. And as you can see, no warning lights or anything. And these are just the DRLs right now on. Because once I turn on the headlights, same thing, nothing wrong there. And here I can even turn on the fog lights for you. I don't know if you can even see, but they do brighten up down there pretty well. But yeah, that looks like a nice even pattern. I'm gonna take it for that spin down the street. I know, a nice dark spot for it. And here's another dark shot with the high beams. Yeah, as you guys can just see, it looks beautiful. See all the animals, people. And also, I did just test, what do you call this, with the radio. Let's see, hit that button.
Explain to me how
That's an AM channel, and that's working fine. So there's no interference. Those fans going. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations of nice LEDs that are good price that I could try out, put it in the comments down below. And don't forget that like and subscribe button. It really helps me, and yeah, it makes me feel better. Yeah. Alrighty, well, thanks again, and you guys have a good night.